With us now, Chief Chad Augustin of the Pasadena Fire Department. Chief, I appreciate you being with us. Let's look forward. I get it's a little bit like whack-a-mole, but what is the plan? How do you go from 0% contained on at least 3 fires to getting a handle on things?
Yeah, thank you for having me. And really, the plan is having adequate resources. And we, very early in this fire, we requested 60 additional strike teams. And over the last 24 hours and into the next 24 hours, we have strike teams coming from up and down California, Arizona, Idaho, Utah. And while we're able to do that, that allows us to get enough resources on this fire, as well as having a good work to rest ratio. And then the other thing that's vitally important is that the winds cooperate so that we can get aircraft into the air to really make a dent in this fire.
I know that is needed, is for the winds to lay down. I am looking at the bottom of the screen, which is written by our producers. Fire expected to pick up with strong winds. So I'm hearing that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Is that a fair assessment?
It is, right? And I'm here at the iconic Rose Bowl, which, a week ago we had the Tournament of Roses and the Rose Bowl game. Now it's the ground zero for our incident command post and staging area. We have calm winds here right now, but if you're flying up near Mount Wilson, which you were just talking about, there's very erratic winds, which is limiting some of our air attack operations.
There's now this 6th fire that's popped up. At some point, do we have to ask ourselves how all of these are starting?
Yes, well, we're in January. We've had almost no rain in over 250 days. We continue to have red flag conditions, single-digit humidity, and then you throw in, 40, 50, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. A single spark can cause a very devastating fire, and that's what we continue to see.
All right, Chief, you're talking about 24 to 48 hours before these strike teams get out on the lines. And I know they're in some ways just replacing people because you're going to pull off people who've been working doubles and triples in the heat and on the hills. There's no rain in the forecast for at least a week, maybe even longer. Are we in a position where there's going to be a lot more homes to burn over the next 24, 48 hours? I know it's not what you want, but that it's going to happen.
No, I don't believe so. That fire in that first 24 hours was devastating, and I was able to fly the Pasadena and Altadena area much of the fire today, and the amount of devastation is really, like I said, is devastating. But what we're going to see is this fire is going to continue to burn. It's burning in a lot more non-residential areas.
Chief, you must be seeing something I'm not, and I don't ever want to argue with an expert, especially on television. But we're watching flames. I don't know if you can see what we would call return, but our screen. We're watching flames come up the hills to homes right now.
Yep, you're right. But on the Eaton fire, much of the damage that was done in that was in that first 24 hours as we had such erratic winds. Now, one of our biggest threats is, as we've mentioned, is Mount Wilson.
Any idea when the National Guard will get here?
I do not. We just did a press conference. We know that they're coming. Law enforcement is working on possible curfews, but I don't have an ETA when they'll be here.
Got it. Chief, thank you very much. Godspeed to you and your men. As you point out, the fight's just beginning. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.